Well, hey guys, we're back with another skincare empties video. I have quite a bit of skincare that I have finished up, products I have reviewed for you guys, shared with you all, and in today's video, you're gonna hear, was there anything else that came up, and would it be something I would repurchase? Starting out with something that is more in the makeup category, but it is a moisturizer at the end of the day. I actually have two here. It's the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion. I use this as a makeup product. I put it on over sunscreen, just to my cheeks mostly, but I really love the finish of these. I went through 2 bottles of the light shade. I like it because it's fragrance free. I notice a lot of makeup sometimes has fragrance just because, I guess. It's fragrance free. It spreads on the skin pretty easily. You don't need very much. A note about tinted moisturizers, which is essentially what that is with a bit of a shimmer. The tint comes from iron oxides, which may offer some protection against the pro-pigmenting wavelengths of visible light that come from the sun. Putting it over your sunscreen, if your sunscreen's not tinted especially, can, you know, give you a little something extra. Those products, they don't really offer substantial cosmetic camouflage, like they don't cover completely, say, a dark spot, but they really help give a nice glow to the skin and a little bit of color correction and slight concealment of little underlying uneven skin tone spots, we'll say. Really love those. Talked about them in my makeup favorites video. Finished up another bottle of the Bioma Phytomucin Glow Serum. This stuff is so good. It's nice and viscous, just like I like. It has a hydrating and plumping effect, layers under sunscreen in the daytime and moisturizer at night beautifully. My one gripe with this product is really the packaging. I feel like I'm guessing as to if it's empty or not, because you get down to a part, you know, where the pump is not really effectively reaching all of the corners. So you're like, do I still have product in there? It takes a little bit of patience whacking this on the side of your sink to make sure that you get as much product in the area underneath the pump, but you can't really see it. So yeah, that's a frustration with the Bioma packaging for sure. The thing I love about this though is that it has polyglutamic acid, which is very hydrating, but also kind of creates this nice lightweight veil on the skin to reduce water loss. It's an ingredient that I always really enjoy in moisturizing products, serums. I find that it really helps give my skin some more suppleness, elasticity, smoothness. So I've really enjoyed this quite a bit. It works well around the eyelid area as well. You can put it on your neck. I just wish this came in a bigger bottle, honestly, because I think that's, I want to say, is that my 3rd bottle of that? Speaking of Bioma, I also tried out and finished their creamy jelly cleanser. This is a ceramide containing fragrance-free mild cleanser. I use this in the shower as a second step in the double cleanse. It worked well, no complaints. It doesn't really generate much of a foamy lather, but there is a bit of a silky, creamy lather to it. I love that it has licorice root, which helps calm down redness and is anti-inflammatory. And of course, it also has ceramide, similar to the CeraVe cleansers, but without the niacinamide. If you are niacinamide overload right now in your skincare routine, this was fine. I didn't have any gripes with it or problems, but the packaging, again, is a reason why I would not buy this again, because I just don't like the uncertainty of if this is truly empty or not. That bothers me like you would not believe. Otherwise, I really liked it a lot, and Bioma has some good products. Speaking of cleansers, now this one I knew I'd finished because I can see every last drop. This took me a long time to make my way through. It is the best, in my opinion, product from this Radiant Tone line, the Cleansing Gel 2% Exfoliating AHA Complex, mouthful. So basically, this is an alpha hydroxy acid facial cleanser. I use this in my morning routine often. It has lactic acid, which is hydrating and gently exfoliating. Now, a note about this, you don't want to use it to your eyelids, which is why I used it as a morning cleanser and not as a nighttime cleanser. As a nighttime cleanser, it wouldn't help me because I need to wash my eyelids, and I wouldn't want to do that with this. So I ended up using it just in the morning, and it, like I said, it took me a long time to go through because a small, teeny tiny little pump of this works up into this really nice lather that just spreads out really quickly over the surface of the skin, so you don't need very much. Loved it. Left my skin hydrated and smooth. And using an acidic exfoliating cleanser like this in the morning, and theoretically, I should say, may help allow other ingredients penetrate the skin a little bit better, such as if you so elect to use a vitamin C serum, which, shocker, someone who does not enjoy vitamin C serums, I did in fact finish one up, the Neutrogena Collagen Bank Vitamin C Serum. And let me tell you, you. This was not a bad experience for me. So normally I find ascorbic acid serums burn, sting, and they get oxidized over time. They turn the skin kind of this orangey hue. They end up being really irritating for me. And I never experienced that with this. I finished the entire bottle, got no orange discoloration, didn't stain things. Now it does have that kind of toasty, if you will, ascorbic acid serum aroma to it, similar to if you are using a tanning product, you know, you get that kind of toasty aroma. You kind of get a little bit of that with this for sure. The other thing though about this Collagen Bank vitamin C serum and the entire Collagen Bank line that is underrated, honestly, I really feel as though they could communicate this better in their marketing materials. It's the peptide in that. This teeny tiny peptide they spent 15 years developing, and there is actually clinical evidence in a peer-reviewed paper looks at the peptide applied to the skin of actual human volunteers, documenting benefits and visible. I mean, you could see, I mean, obviously in studies like this, you got to take them with a grain of salt. You know, they're probably going to pick the best photo or whatever, but it's pretty striking before and after results as far as improving wrinkles and improving like jaw contour, like the saggy skin. I don't know. That seems like a bit of a what kind of lighting magic is that? But nonetheless, I have really liked using this micropeptide. I feel like it's so small, it really gets in there, and there's some good evidence behind its efficacy in skincare. So I love using it. Not only did I take advantage of it in that product, but I have continued using their Collagen Bank Moisturizer SPF 30. Love that. And it's got the micropeptide in it. So you don't necessarily need to use the vitamin C if you don't want to. But as far as a drugstore vitamin C serum, I was really impressed with that. Like, I was like, oh gosh, another vitamin C serum. Here we go. Here we go. But that one's actually really good. It didn't irritate my skin. And I feel like, you know, fingers crossed, you know, the issue with ascorbic acid is, does it actually get in this formula? And as consumers, we really don't have a good way of gauging that. Would not mind actually continuing to use it if there weren't so many other antioxidant serums out there for me to try and review. Okay, 3+ ceramide 3 panthenol moisturizer. I talked about this in my Korean moisturizers for sensitive skin video. This is a fragrance-free, rich moisturizer with, of course, ceramides, which are lipids good for the skin. You know, they're naturally in your skin, but applying them in your moisturizer may help your skin barrier get back on track a little more efficiently. Also has panthenol, a B vitamin that's very moisturizing. No niacinamide in this, for those of you who are like, help me find some niacinamide-free products because I'm getting a little irritated from it. Yeah, no niacinamide here. What it has, though, is ectoin. Ectoin is an extremolite, so it helps certain little critters to make it, if you will, in extreme environmental conditions like high salt waters or very freezing cold temperatures. It's an antioxidant, and it creates these little hydration shells around things, ultimately helping to retain moisture, ideally in the skin, much better. And it's a trendy ingredient right now, I would say, but a trendy ingredient that actually has some data behind it. Stay tuned, because I have a whole bunch of ectoin containing products. I'm waiting on one to arrive actually as we speak. It might be here today, that I am really putting to the test. I'm going to do a full ectoin video soon, I hope, depending on how long it takes me to really get a good assessment of the product that should be arriving today that I bought. Yeah, there'll be an ectoin video coming up on all things ectoin. Recently I did a video reviewing Cetaphil's new hydrating and firming line, and disclosure, I did do a sponsored post with them on this line over on Instagram and TikTok recently, but I have been using it for a while now, this line, and I really like it. So I finished the Skin Activator Cream. This has mandelic acid, which is an alpha hydroxy acid that is a little gentler in comparison to glycolic and lactic as far as exfoliating. It also really helps with moisture retention, and so it helps to literally hydrate and firm the skin. Now, when I say firm, I'm not talking about, oh, you got jowls or like prominent sagging. It's not going to firm and lift that up. No, a cream is not going to do that. What it's going to do is plump and make the surface firmer, bouncier. So it really helps in that regard, and you feel a difference. You feel a difference with this. They also make this in a lotion, in a pump bottle. That's great. Can be used on the face as well. The thing about this too is that it's formulated as an alpha hydroxy acid that has been vetted for the neck area, which you kind of have to be careful with alpha hydroxy acids on the neck. It's delicate skin, but they can certainly be beneficial there for improving the look of neck wrinkles. But you don't want to get an alpha hydroxy acid product that's, I guess, a bit too robust robust, if you will, and exfoliates and dries out and irritates the neck. Not the case with this. Also really good on the upper chest to improve the appearance of sun damage. Plus has compounds from centella. Really, really like this. I went through this pretty quickly. I'm also working my way through a tub of the cream, and I'm almost finished with the pump bottle of the lotion. Really like those as well on the body. Highly recommend this line. It's great. They do a good job with pretty much all of their products. Okay, I finished. This took me forever to finish. The EOS Cashmere Smooth Skin Body Wash. I would not repurchase this. It was okay. It's got a decent aroma to it. This was okay. I wouldn't repurchase it though. I was not that blown away by this. Right now though, I'm actually using one of Dove's more experiential, if you will, seasonal scented body washes. I am unapologetically, I will say, loving it because the scent is not strong to linger on your skin or anything, nor is that, I should say. But it's a really fun, pleasant scent of pumpkin pie. And the body wash is super moisturizing. Like you get out of the shower and you feel clean, but you feel like you've already moisturized. It's great. I've really been loving it. I would not go back to that EOS thing though. Okay, and then I finished a Madagascar Centella Hyalucica sleeping pack. So this, it calls itself a sleeping pack. It's like a gel moisturizer, okay? It's very thick, very hydrating. It has a rose aroma, as does everything in the Hyalucica line, I believe. So you use rose water. Otherwise, no fragrance. Aside from that, which could potentially cross-react with certain fragrance allergies, but you know, it's not like a headache-inducing thing. It doesn't linger. This has melatonin in it, which is an antioxidant, and it also has compounds from centella, which are also antioxidants. This is great at night for reducing water loss, which tends to be greater as we sleep, but it's not heavy or greasy on the skin. It does have a nice plumping effect. So you wake up the following morning and your skin is soft, smooth, plump, and you don't have those little overnight dry wrinkles. I have really enjoyed this. This whole line, like they have a serum that's great. Right now, you guys, I'm using a creamy cleanser that works amazingly from this line as the first step in a double cleanse, but also it's almost like a short contact mask with ectoin in it. Yeah, that is gooder. Alrighty, and then I also finished the Azelaic Acid Peptide Facial Cream from APLB. This brand flies under the radar, I think. Everything I've tried from APLB, I've really liked. I'm almost finished with a body wash from them, actually. But Azelaic acid in cosmetic products can help improve skin tone and very gently exfoliate the skin to smooth everything out. Really, really like this. This is a great option if you are looking to improve the look of dark spots, discoloration, redness, just get overall more even skin tone while simultaneously moisturizing the skin. It's one of those products where this is your nighttime moisturizer and you've got your actives in it. So it helps streamline the routine. You know, a lot of people will go down this path of like, oh, I want to use azelaic acid, so I need to buy an azelaic acid product, which you might want to. Not saying that that's wrong. If you are moisturizing with a product with azelaic acid, then that's, you know, one less thing, you know, depending on what your preference is, I should say, as far as using moisturizer. Because some people with like really oily skin, they're in that category of people who are like, I don't need to moisturize. And a lot of times the moisturizing that you get from a serum is enough for them. And they're like, I'm done. So it kind of just depends on you. But you know me, I'm like a sponge. Give me all the moisturizer. Okay. So speaking of which, I finished a Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Cream. Love this to bits. Fragrance free, a really good deal actually at Sam's Club. I think you can get this in a 3-pack. I can't remember how much we saw it for when we were there together a couple of weeks. What was it, a month ago? So I don't know how much it's going for now, but it was a really good deal at Sam's Club. Costco also has it. I feel like Costco wasn't as good of a deal. This water cream, hyaluronic acid, it's very thick, but not heavy. The hyaluronic acid helps with water retention in the skin, of course, but a jazzy thing about this is it also has urea, which is good for, again, hydrating the skin, hence the whole hydro, right? We're amping up water content in the skin, which helps with barrier integrity. But the urea also helps support skin cell turnover and gentle exfoliation, so you get smoother skin, essentially. Love that. It's fragrance free. They also have a water gel, and the water gel is a lot more lightweight in comparison to that. If you prefer a more lightweight facial moisturizer, it's really just like a textural difference. But a note about the water gel, I'm not entirely clear. At one point, I was under the impression that the water gel fragrance free had been discontinued and that they only had the water gel with fragrance, but I'm not so sure, because we saw it together at Sam's Club, fragrance free. Keep your eye peeled if you do like the water gel and you're about to repurchase and you're like me, you don't like the fragrance, make sure you're not getting one with fragrance is what I'm saying. Anyways, guys, that is everything that I have finished up recently. Aside from sunscreen, stay tuned because maybe it's up already, but I've got a sunscreen empties video coming for you guys. It's coming. It's jumping out of the screen, sharp claws and all, that I'm going to be putting out. And I also have a sunscreen video where I rank, a ranking video of different sunscreens. So stay tuned for that. You know, it is one of the most important things you can be doing for your skin, but all this other stuff I use as well. And those are my final thoughts. Let me know in the comments, what have you finished up? Do you find yourself going back to any product, buying it again? And is it a good value? And what in your routine do you think is the best value? Like you're getting the most bang for your buck out of it? Because times, you know, the wallets are gotta clamp down a bit. So help us out in making our dollars stretch a bit further. But I hope this video was informative to you guys. On the end slate, I'll put my last empties video if that is of interest to you. But if you like this one, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. And as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.